Hey, welcome back to another video on the Stream Experiment. My name is Jason. If you're new here, this series is all about OBS and the how-tos, the tutorials on basically how to do everything that I know how to do on it and everything that I learned in the process. But the last video, if you haven't seen that already, that one is on nested scenes. You can click on the card above. That's just kind of a way to help you keep OBS nice and organized and allow you to do things on the fly, which you wouldn't be able to if it was a giant mess. But anyways, go check that one out. It's going to help you out a lot. But this video, have you guys had a lot of issues with the whole stream drop frames on stream? It's an issue. I keep hearing it time and time again, and we're going to solve a lot of those problems in this video. So let's get into it. All right, 5 different ways on how to optimize your platform OBS so it does not drop frames at all. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it helps you out. And if it does, make sure you hit that like button. If it doesn't, go ahead and hit the down button. Either way, do it. But let me know if it helped you out in the comments below. All right, let's get into it. First one, if we look over onto our screen here, you want to go down to OBS. We're going to right click on it, and we want to open as an administrator. What this is going to do, we're going to click yes. What this is going to do is put OBS, all the resources that your PC has, into OBS first. It's going to help you out. So everything, especially if you're in a one PC stream and game, like you're playing from the same PC that you stream from, this is going to be really nice because it's going to take all of your resources and make sure OBS doesn't drop frames, and then everything left over, it'll apply to your game. Which it kind of sounds backwards, but if you're worried about your streamers or like the people viewing your stream, this is what you got to do. All right, number 2. Now this one is really simple, and a lot of you are gonna be like, well, that's not gonna do too much, but it does. What you're gonna do is you're right click on your preview window and click that top button. It says enable, but it's gonna disable it. And then if you ever want to bring it back up because you want to just preview something or go into your studio mode, you can click enable studio mode and then just check whatever it is that you want to check and unclick studio mode, whatever it is, but then go back into this. It's gonna reduce the stress on, or the load, the stress and load, whatever you want to call it, on your PC. So that is number 2. Super simple. Just do it. Get used to doing this all the time. What I do, and I run a 2 PC setup, so all my streaming and everything that goes off of my laptop is 100% just for streaming, and then my game goes 100% from my gaming PC. It's nice having both, but I used to stream from this PC. Doing these things, it was night and day for the quality of stream. And I was doing 1080p too. So you can as well. Okay, number 3. What you're going to do is go into your settings. Click on it this way and it'll bring up your settings. Or you can go into File and then go into Settings that way. Either way, whatever works for you. But then you're going to go into Output. And then we want to look at our encoder right here. So I'm using X264, which puts all of the stress on my CPU of the computer, which that might negate a lot of things, but for me, we want it like this. But if you have, like on my streaming or on my gaming PC, I have an Nvidia graphics card. They have onboard memory that can be used for the specific encoding from the game or from this. So what you want to do is click on this and then go into that NVENC. Now on my streaming PC, it comes up as Hardwire, and then in parentheses it has NVENC. And that's going to use your graphics card, and it's going to unload a lot of the stress on your CPU and put that on your GPU, which is a very good thing. And the quality is going to be great. Trust me, the quality is going to be great. That'll reduce the bottleneck of a CPU if that's causing part of the drop frames on your on OBS on your stream. Number 4. Now that we are in our settings, we're just gonna clock this one out right away. And this is a big one, and a lot of people don't quite understand what it takes for rescaling. So what we're gonna do is we're going to our video here, and we want our base canvas resolution to be the same as our output. So if it's not, like a lot of people think, oh, we're gonna reduce our output to say 720. That's a common thing that I see on Twitch when I'm watching other people's streams, is their output is 720. That's what you get to watch it at. And your PC has to rescale that, which takes a lot of stress. So when I actually went from doing this same technique that everybody else was doing and moving it to 1080, now my PC doesn't have to rescale it. It's just taking that base canvas and then projecting it to you guys, essentially what's happening. And then I changed my downscale filter because we're not scaling, so we don't need to downscale it. I changed it from the bicubic to bilinear. And if you are scaling, bilinear is not going to be the option for you because it's going to have to scale, and this is just not going to work. You're going to want to change it to one of the other options. And like I said before, I had it on what is that, bicubic? Yeah, bicubic before. And then I just leave it at 30 FPS, and that's perfectly fine. If you find that, hey, I want to bump it up to 60, then by all means bump it up to 60, but I don't move personally on the screen, and taking it from my PC, it's worked great on stream. So this is what I just leave it as. And my PCU doesn't run that hot, not my PCU, but my laptop, it has a lot of extra room. So if I wanted to crank up the settings with this, I can. But for people with a one PC setup, if you are still losing frames, you could always take your base canvas size and reduce that, and then make your output scale resolution the same as your base canvas, and making your screen the same. So like if you're playing, say, Fortnite, taking the resolution in that and moving it to 720, it's going to reduce your load on your GPU from your in-game stuff, and then it's your PC is going to just take that, boom, 720, and then shoot it out to everybody else, 720. It's a simple concept, but I hope I explained that well, because it's an important one. Hey, step 5, or whatever 5. So these are all things that I do, but this one is probably the most simple. What you're going to want to do is take your Ethernet cable, plug it into your PC, and run it directly to your router. It's going to save you a lot of issues in a long time, and it's just super easy. And yeah, that's all there is to it. So there's 5. If you want to have another tip, you could always go into your settings and reduce the bit rate on what your PC puts it out. I have mine at 6,000. I've been told that 6,000 is like max for what Twitch has, and I run a pretty steady line throughout, no matter what I run for a game. But if you want to reduce that, I don't know how much of a difference it really looked to the average viewer on stream or on Twitch. So go ahead and reduce that to 3,000 or even 2,000. I don't think most people will even notice. So hey, if you found something valuable, if you got a lot out of this video, make sure you click that like button, click the subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more tips and tricks and videos just like this one. All right, that's it for this video. We'll see you guys next time.